Well, I'm sitting at a small truck stop here, Esso, and the town is called Monceau, Quebec, and they don't even have a convenience store. I went inside, checked my load, went inside, and all they had was coffee, like in a machine. Now check out that truck. That's a very old International, or maybe I think it's even not an International, I think it's white, the one that later was acquired by Volvo. See, some people are just running trucks into the ground. Check out the headlights. That's really old style, and it's still pulling loads, still getting the owner some money. Yeah, and that's the actual Esso. There's one vending machine and one coffee machine. So I got some coffee. I got 2 cups. You want to see the size? Just one cup. I think it's like just 10 ounces. Wow, it looks like 6. So one is $1.25. So I bought 2. Put them in my old cup. But the beautiful part is that the lid, the dome lid, see, like trucker's favorite, from the new cups, from the small ones, fitted this one. Because the old one was just regular one with that little tongue. See, like this one. I hate these, So all is good. So there's always a silver lining you can choose to find in all situations. See, overpriced coffee, small cups, but excellent lid. Top of the line. Quebec, way to go. And speaking of trucks, because I am driving a truck, so it always comes up. The topic comes up. I've been looking at some specs here. Remember that Volvo I test drove at the Volvo dealer in Ayr, Ontario, and the guy that used to be a trucker, and this was a used truck, but I said, why don't you make me just, out of curiosity, to compare with other trucks, can you just build me a spec, on paper? So it's the same thing I showed you guys about that 9900 International. So this guy did this. He said he did this actually for his other customer, and then when I sent him my kind of requirements, like 5-6 major points, like heavy axles, strong engine, he just customized it a little bit, and he sends it to me, and he says, so what do you think? And I look through all the parts, through all the sections, and it's a D16 550 horsepower, but 1850 torque. That's the best Volvo can do. Come on. 18 speed, 244 wheelbase, just like pretty much the same as that 9900. Only the front axle is 14,600 in this one, because I think internationally was only 14,000. Yeah, Volvo has can put a heavier Meritor front axle. And so 358 reaxle ratio. Comes with also driver information center, like a nice truck. Just that I think he put the wrong tires on the front. The tires rating is less than the axle rating. But the curious thing is that there's no price. What's the point of the spec is there's no price and there's no weight. Usually Volvo trucks, I know they're heavier because they use, just like a Western style, they use steel cabs. So I sent this guy an email saying, where's the price? Okay, if you have any corrections, let me know, and then we'll incorporate those, and then I'll tell you the price. But I think, a weird way to do this. But anyway, so why I bring this up, I was sitting yesterday in this restaurant, having some pancakes with fruit, or crepe, whatever they call, like very thin pancakes. Try to eat that, not to eat that stuff, and I was making a list of reasons to buy a new truck. I was in sales for quite some time, first real estate back in Russia, then here I was trying to sell insurance, retail, and you know, I read a lot about sales, right? And the first thing they teach you is that people don't buy with reason, or you can never sell someone on an idea or product or service with numbers or statistics. People buy with emotions. So you have to appeal to emotions, right? But they sign the contract and then they go home and they start justifying their decision with a reason. So you need to give people, that's why, you know, when you make the sale, then you give them something to read at home, like some numbers, some dry statistics, so that people can go home, you know, sit next to their fireplace and they can look at the piece of paper. Oh, Jesus, I did buy a good thing, you know. So if you don't give them that, they'll come back tomorrow and they cancel. Because I remember we had one guy, he was kind of like, you know, party guy, you know. In 2 minutes you start talking to him, you'll feel like he's your best friend, you know, like one of those open type of guys, like A1 personality, I don't know. And he sold so much insurance, it was unbelievable. But out of 10 policies that he sold, maybe 6 got canceled during the same week, you know, because he was pushing too hard, and he was very good with emotions, but he wasn't very good with numbers. And I remember actually he sat next to me at the insurance exam, at the insurance license test, and he basically copied everything from me, you know. And he's a Canadian, like I'm an immigrant, and I did a better job at the test than he did. But he was a much better seller, you know, like a salesperson. He was really emotional, and that's how you sell. But justification is required, and that's why I came up with this list, right? So I'm kind of emotional. I'm kind of sold on an idea of getting a new truck, and if someone is in a similar situation, you know, when you have an older truck and you're thinking about a new one. So I'm going to give you 4 reasons. 4 reasons what might make sense. Well, first of all, reason number 1 is if you run into some new loads, like new opportunities where you see that you can make more money. You know, maybe you want to go to an oil field and you need a specialized truck, or you fall into some kind of a lane where you need a heavier truck because you can make a whole bunch of money hauling some serious equipment, you know. So basically that's reason number 1, I would say, because if the new truck does the same job as the old truck, then it's, you know, what's the point? You're just gonna get some payments. Like my truck is paid off, probably yours, if you have an old truck, yours is paid off too. So that's the only reason. Like the major reason is to make more money with this truck. And for now, we're not talking about the price per month that you will be paying. So better hauling opportunities, I call it, you know, more money. Number 2, serious reason would be to save on fuel, right? So like here in Canada, it's like over $5, especially here in Quebec. Yeah, $1.36, I think that's gas. Well, I'm pretty sure diesel here is like $1.30 per liter. You know how much that is per gallon? If you're sitting down, I'm gonna tell you in a second. Let's assume it's the same $1.35. So times 3.78. That's like, what is it? $5.10 per US gallon if you translate into you know. And of course you're not from Canada probably, as like 95% of my viewers are, but I mean, it's still a good thing to save on fuel. Like if you can save, if you can improve your fuel mileage by 1 mile per gallon, you can pocket an extra $1,000 at the end of the month. 1 mile per gallon, $1,000 a month. You know. So why I'm mentioning this is because new trucks usually, especially, they keep improving technology. Right now they have this emission thing, which is better than the old EGR. Now it's SCR, selective catalytic reduction, right? The engines are more durable, you know, they work better, and the fuel mileage is way better than than it was with the EGR engine, you know. And plus they're more aerodynamic. Like my truck is kind of an aero version, right, 9400, but I'm pretty sure that if I were to jump into let's say Volvo or Cascadia or even a Mack with that rounded hood, you know, and hauling the same loads, I know that my fuel mileage would improve. So that's reason number 2, better fuel economy. Now reason number 3, another serious reason to upgrade, is to cut down the cost of repairs. And I've looked at my spreadsheet, on my financial spreadsheet on the computer, and I think I'm averaging like $1,000 a month, you know, every month. So I mean, one month I can spend maybe $200, the other month I can spend nothing, and then the third month I have to change the ECU of the ABS for $2,500, you know. So it's like $12,000–15,000 easy a year, you know. So with a new truck, you shouldn't have that, at least for a couple of years, right? And last reason, well, of course there's much more reasons, but I'm giving you just 4, so easy to remember. Last reason would be depreciation. Like, an old truck has no depreciation left, and I don't know where you live, but here in Ontario, where I'm registered, kind of, you know, where I reside, live, prosper, and have fun, they allow us 40% of the truck's value to be deducted from the personal taxable income. So let's say I buy a truck for $100,000, you know, let's just say they're more expensive, but so 40% is 40 grand. So if I show my taxable income, you know, after all expenses and everything, let's say 40,000, I deduct 40,000 depreciation, I owe 0 in taxes, and probably the government will even give me a refund, maybe a couple of $1,000, you know. So that's a good thing. Like here with this truck, I have nothing left. It's pretty much useless in terms of income tax, you know. So that's how you can bring down the number. Let's say the new truck is, let's say, $2,500, right? So better hauling opportunities, maybe you'll make an extra $1,000 a month, right? So now your new truck is only costing you $1,500, right? Let's say better fuel economy. Okay, you don't save $1,000 but you'll save 500. So now you have only 1,000 left, right? 1,000 for the better loads, 500 for the better fuel economy. Now less repairs. Okay, let's say $500 instead of 1,000 that you're saving. Now you only have $500 left in additional payment, right? And that leaves depreciation. So for sure you can save, you know, at least $5,000. I don't know, like, or let's make it, you know, the same $500. So basically you're not losing anything. All that new payment is another truck is coming in, the same as the one that's parked there, same color scheme. I think it's, no, on the side it says Eagle. Yeah, it's a very old International. Anyway, so after all these 4 reasons, we see that there's no payment. So basically you jump in your brand new truck, but if you're getting better load opportunities, your fuel economy is better, you're paying less in repairs, and you're using your depreciation, you're not paying anything out of your own pocket, you know. So I think that's a good justification. So, and that was the topic of today's video, how to help you make a good decision about buying a new truck. Thanks for watching.